All right, so here's my review of Jesus is King by Kanye West. I really don't even know how to start this off. Um, the album is not as bad as people projected it to be, in my opinion. Personally, here's why. Is it a great album? By no means. But I feel like Kanye has given enough of. He's been so all over the place that you can't really say, well, this isn't up to Kanye standards or whatever. Like, there's a lot of projects, Kanye's projects that aren't up to Kanye standards. He had a lot of great projects and he had a lot of trash projects. And so it's hard to say like this isn't up to Kanye standards, you know. For me, Kanye can hit anywhere, on the scale. He can hit absolute trash, or he can hit perfection. He can hit graduation, or he can hit Life of Pablo. So that's just my opinion. So, anyways, strictly speaking on this album, Jesus is King. I listened to a group of reviewers probably a month ago, maybe a little more, talk about how they were worried for Kanye and how when they listened to his album, it almost seemed as if Kanye was having a manic episode. And I can't help but agree with them. Kanye was very vocal about his bipolar disorder on, his previous album, Yay. And if you just watch him and the way he reacts to things, you could tell that there's obviously something going on with him. Two of my friends actually back in Sacramento went to his Sacramento show, the one where he did that, like I think it was 25-minute rant, and then got hospitalized right afterwards, and canceled the rest of his tour. And so it's very obvious that mentally Kanye's going through a lot of things. And this album does sound like a manic episode, especially considering everything that kind of led up to it. How he had Yandi, was it originally TurboGrafx 16 or whatever? But like he had Yandi that was ready, and then basically ended up scrapping that, and then all of a sudden, he's always had Christian elements in his first album, and I've even talked about that in other reviews. But obviously, this is very different. This is not him, protesting his inner Christianity. I feel this is not him, really actually giving praise to God. This is him, I feel, having a manic episode and becoming obsessed with the idea of Jesus saving him. And that seems like that's all you can focus on. And, for whatever events that go on in his life, and I'm pretty sure it has stuff to do with him and being financially stable or free or whatever. How he was like $50 million in debt during Life of Pablo time, and he was like tweeting out to Mark Zuckerberg to help him out. But now, all of a sudden, like he's debt free, and I think he really gives Jesus the credit for him being debt free now. And so you could tell that I don't know, for him to it'd be different if he went and made an album that was heavily Christian themed, like Life of Pablo was supposed to be, but like heavily Christian themed and all that. But it's like he just did a complete, I have to be a new person now. No more cussing, no more talking about women like this. Complete album to God. Let's do Sunday service. Let's start doing, all these churches things, whatever. It's just, it completely has overwhelmed him. So yeah, that's just how I feel about the album in general. So now the actual songs. The intro song I was not a huge fan of by any means. But after that, I actually liked the next four songs. So Law I liked. Was Follow Me one of them? I can't remember. But Follow something. Maybe Follow God, I think it was called Follow God. I liked On God. And there were whatever the next four were right after the intro. I actually liked all four. Oh, Closed on Sunday. Closed on Sunday. You my Chick-fil-A. I think all those were pretty good songs. Those four in a row. After that, it takes a heavy dip. The song right afterwards is okay, that has Ty Dolla $ign on a lot of people. It's alright. After that, it's a heavy dip. The last six songs or whatever, they're just they're super subpar gospel songs. Super subpar. But I mean, for an 11-track album, for me to like 4 out of the 11 songs isn't bad, considering how many songs I usually like out of a full album. So it's really not that horrible as people say, but it's definitely not great, especially if you consider Kanye to be like a god or anything like that. Like most people, like it's definitely not great. There's nowhere near Life of Pablo. It's nowhere near Graduation. I don't think it's near Late Registration or any of that. But like I still like it more than Graduation. Or sorry, it's not anything compared to College Dropout. But I do like it more than Graduation still, to be honest. I just don't like Graduation. I do like it more than I have to go back and listen to Graduation. I feel like I've been harsh on that. But I like it more than 808s and Heartbreaks, I think. I would actually probably have to say, because I think only like 3 songs off that, and that was like an 18-track album. So for me to like 4 songs off of this 11-track album, I think is better. You know, and it's weird, some of the songs he's made, I felt were like solid. Like, I would, first of all, I'm never trying to judge anybody's Christianity, but I don't feel like this is super authentic. I think most people would agree Kanye talked more about Kanye in this album than he did Ye. You know, this album really was not about Jesus by any means. It's about, you know, what Jesus can maybe do for him, you know, or how Jesus made him feel. That's all about him. That being said, I felt like some of the songs, aside for like the second half of the album, for the first half, like some of those songs were really good, to be honest, and like had like decent production, you know, and like could evoke like a feeling, like a powerful feeling, and so I didn't find them that bad by any means. I kind of enjoyed them, to be honest. Like I said, Salah, On God, Close on Sunday, forgetting the other one, but there's another one in that track 2 to 5 list. But yeah, overall, pretty good. Yeah, so ranking all the Kanye albums. Jesus, let me see if I can do this from memory. This is gonna be hard. Life of Pablo, still number 1 for me. That's just not gonna be beat. After I reviewed that album, I then listened to it for the next week, I think maybe 2 weeks. I forgot I really liked that album. Like I would say that's the only Kanye album that I legitimately like outside of just listening to his discography and comparing them. Like I would listen to that just on a normal basis. I haven't heard him rap. Once again, No Parties in LA. I think it's him top-notch rapping from Kanye. Like I like him more than Kendrick on that song, if I'm being real. Top-notch rapping from Kanye. But yeah, so also Ultralight Beam. If Ultralight Beam would have been the intro for Jesus is King, bruh, it would have made that album 10 times better. Like, I thought that was a perfect intro. That should have been Jesus is King intro. But anyways, so yeah, The Life of Pablo, number 1. College Dropout, number 2. Number 3, Late Registration. It's a tie between Late Registration and My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Those are tied for number 3. And then whichever one doesn't get it is 4. 5 would probably have to be. Deciding if I want to give it to Ye or if I want to give it to Jesus King. Because I only liked 3 or 4 out of the Ye album, but that's only 7 tracks. Okay, so I'll put Ye. I'll put Ye after My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy or Late Registration. And then after that, I'd probably put Jesus is King. After that, I'd probably put I forgot about Yeezus, my bad. No. Yeezus goes after My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy / Late Registration, whichever get those 2 spots. After that, I'm going Yeezus, hands down. Actually, no, Yeezus goes before that, so Yeezus is 3rd. All right, so I got it. Life of Pablo, College Dropout, Yeezus, and then it's okay. I'll just give it to Late Registration. Then My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Then I'm gonna go Yay. Yeah. Then Jesus is King. Then 808s and Heartbreaks, and then Graduation. And I think that's all of it. I hope you all have enjoyed this series. I plan on making a part 2 to this video. Basically, that's just a summary of all Kanye. I know I did a little bit already in this album, or in this review, but I plan on doing a little bit more of a summary of just how my Kanye experience has been so far. So, looking for that next.